Hey, it's Greg here with MaritimeGardening.com, and I've got Jessica Wolf here to talk about growing shiitake mushrooms. I had her on a podcast very recently, and uh, out of the kindness of her heart, she sent me some plugs to plant some shiitake mushrooms, and then she wanted to explain to me how this should all be done, and I said, let's make a video of it. So we're going to make this a short one. This is not going to be a 1 hour conversation, more like 15 minutes. Uh, Sort of a follow up to our podcast discussion. So, Jessica, take it away. What do I do?
Wow. Well, I'm really excited that you're going to try out a fall planting of mushrooms.
Yes,
It's actually a really good season. Most people plant in the springtime, harvesting the logs before they come out of their winter dormancy. But you can also harvest logs at this time of year, cut the trees down once the trees have started to um, change their leaf color. About a third of the way through, that is a good time to start cutting the trees for planting mushrooms in. So if you've what kind of tree species have you got there for planting mushrooms in?
I got maple, birch, and alder. Oh God,
Perfect.
somebody's calling
Perfect.
me. What?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So the hardwood logs are the ones that will grow most of the species like the shiitake. I've got red alder and big leaf maple here on Vancouver Island in BC. So I know it works well on those. And I've seen other people. You said birch?
Birch, yeah. We have an alder here, but it's not very long lived. Like it might can only get four inches in diameter at the very, like it's not. They sort of they're alders that colonize. Usually you have alder. And
Yeah.
then, like if you clear cut an area, you'll have all these alders show up out of
Yes.
nowhere, and then the spruce and the pine trees and the birch and the maple
They're a
all show up.
good one for rebuilding the soil, that's for sure. The
Yeah,
same thing happens here with the alder, but
yeah,
they can get to be rather large trees, like
yes.
8 inches in diameter.
Wow, yeah.
Well, yeah, that we like big trees out here.
Everything's big. Yes, we got oak
Yeah,
here too, but they're rare. But
yeah,
behind the house
absolutely.
here, this area here is all I got is alder, birch, and maple. Yeah.
Yeah, well, those are perfect species to plant with shiitake. The easiest way to plant is with plug spawn. So that's what I sent you. It's these little wooden dowels with this white fuzzy stuff on it.
Yeah.
Is the fungal mycelium of the shiitake mushroom. So the all you have to do is drill holes in this. You got to cut your tree into sections that are easy to manage. So
Yeah.
usually about, depending on the diameter of the log, 3 to 4 foot long is a general manageable size to cut them. Excuse me, that's not metric. um, and uh, and then you just need to drill holes through the log. So I usually do that
All the
in
way through, or just like
nope,
into?
nope, but all around the log.
Oh.
So I will start with doing a row of oh dog barking.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Um, I will start by doing drilling a row of holes along the log that are about 6 inches apart. And yeah, you just want to put them in for the depth of the dowel, which is
Ah,
about an inch.
been an inch or so, three
Yeah,
centimeters or
and
whatever.
so
Yeah.
we've got some handy tools, like you got like a regular drill bit,
What's the diameter of that?
8 millimeters,
8 millimeters.
and
What is that in imperial? Because half my viewers, more than half my viewers, are American.
I don't know.
Yeah, I have to
But
look. I'll look that up.
yeah,
That's why you're talking to
and
me.
then you can get these like a depth stop thing to make it easy. So you just secure that on your drill bit, and it drills to the depth. So that makes it really easy. We've also got some specialized drill bits, which I dropped on the floor and it rolled around. Here it is. Um, so there's a specialized drill bit here that's like an auger,
Hmm.
and that works really well. It has a built-in depth stop. And then we've got like this other fancy thing that goes onto an angle grinder, so you can do it really fast. So if you're doing a lot of logs, you put this on an angle grinder and it's just like zoom, zoom, zoom. So it's a lot faster than the traditional drill. So that's all you got to do is drill holes in your log. I go like a row that are about 6 inches apart, and then I'll turn the log, and about 2 inches down, I'll start another row, but I stagger them so that it's kind of forms a diamond shaped pattern. And then I just continue all the way, roll the log and continue all the way around the log. And yeah, it's about say 50 of the plug spawns will go into one log. That's a really good inoculation rate. You can go
Okay.
more or less depending on how fast you want the log to colonate.
Oh, so
And
if you don't have enough of them in the log, it doesn't really
no,
permeate
no,
or the, sort of infect the log sort of thing.
no, you're just giving it like the very best chance to take over the log
Oh,
because
so you want
so
to
you're kind of
blast
like
it.
space you're kind of like spacing it evenly throughout around the log.
Ah,
Um,
okay.
and and that'll give, it'll grow out of the dowel. And so you just then with the holes, you take a dowel and you tap it into the hole. And then ideally you want to melt some wax. Any kind of wax will do. We use soy wax and melt it and apply it with like a paintbrush or a dauber like this.
If
And
I
we
just
just,
had like emergency candle wax, just paraffin, that would be fine.
yeah, that's totally
Okay.
fine.
All right. I
So
looked it
it's
up. It's
really,
about a quarter inch. 8 millimeters is about a quarter inch.
okay, perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just to cover over the plug spawn that where you've put the plug spawn in, to stop contamination from entering
Hmm.
and to seal in the moisture for a while. And it's only the wax is only important for the first part while the fungal mycelium starts to grow into the log.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, and then like really that's it. You've got it planted. So then you want to store your logs outdoors, ideally, where it will receive rainfall because you want your log to stay hydrated.
You want them like right
Um,
in contact with the ground? Is that ideal?
I would raise it up a little bit from the ground, like maybe put
Yeah.
some 2x4s down and then stack your logs.
Oh, really?
If it's in contact with the ground, then you're increasing the contact with like fungal mycelium in the soil and bugs and critters that'll also attack your log.
Oh,
So the closer to the ground, the better it holds the moisture in.
yeah.
But if you're right in contact with the ground, then you're going to be introducing organisms that could decay your log or take over um,
Oh.
quicker. So
Oh, I
yeah,
see. Okay, okay. I was gonna
yeah,
say, okay, that's good to know. I was thinking like I want this to be damp, but you're saying just if it's near the ground, it'll get all that evaporation and stuff like that. It's just like anything near the ground, it's gonna be damp. And I guess that's
exactly.
why. I mean, when you said you were sending me, I can't remember how many dowels were in the bag?
So I sent you a 500 pack. This is a 100 pack. So
Okay,
this would be good for like 2 logs if you did it 50 plugs per log. But
50
you
a
can
log.
spread it out to more logs. It's just will grow the log will colonize slower, and the slower it colonizes, then there's more chance for like wild turkey tail or something to land on the log and
Oh,
start
I see.
colonizing it as
That's
well.
why you sent me so. I was like, what do you think I'm doing here, lady? So.
Well, my trees, if I cut down one tree, I might get 10 of the log sections out of it.
Yeah, no, I was trying to think. Well, no, even then, like if you're saying a section of log is 4 feet
Yeah.
and we're putting 50 plugs in that, so yeah, that doesn't take
Yeah. So
long to go through 500 plugs.
I sent you 500 plugs. So that'd be 10 log, 10
Yeah,
sections of log. Yeah.
yeah, it's actually not that much when you think about it.
No,
And
it's
I also
not.
thought like each plug was like mushrooms, but it's more like you're infecting the log. And
Yeah,
it's, yeah,
that's right. And then once the log is colonized with the mycelium, it actually will start growing. Like if you have your logs stacked like this,
yeah,
where they're touching, eventually they'll start to grow it together. So you'll find you pull them apart and a big bunch of bark might pull off. So last winter, I inoculated, I think it was last November, but it was just before a super hard cold spell. Like I think it went down to -10 or -20 for a while. It was,
yeah.
and I'm just like, oh no, the timing of this is just not the best. So I put my logs all together in a pile, very
Hmm.
low to the ground, and then I covered them with some tarps just to like insulate it a bit through that cold period.
Hmm.
It's just the starting time that it's more sensitive and that matters a bit more. Once the logs are colonized, they're fine to freeze, even in the cold parts of the coldest parts of Canada. The mushroom logs are fine to be out there in the freeze of the winter time.
And so I'm doing this now, it's like, it's gonna be late October. 2025. I'm not expecting to see something next spring, right? That's a bit early.
Yeah,
Okay,
with the shiitake, in my experience, it's taken actually a year and a half
year and
for
a
my
half.
first mushrooms to materialize. I used to go down and stare at my logs every night with a flashlight on. Are you growing yet? And yeah, once they start to produce, though, then you've got yearly production for 5, 10 years or more, depending on the type of log species and the diameter of the log.
And when they produce, are they producing a spring fall sort of thing, or just anytime there's a good rain and it's not too hot or not too
Um,
cold?
we have a few different varieties of shiitake.
Yeah.
Some are more suited to do well in the cooler weather, and some are better in the warmer weather to produce nice mushrooms. But here on Vancouver Island, our summer is quite a drought.
Mm,
Whereas our spring and the fall, that's when our wild mushrooms typically are fruiting.
mm.
The rains, there's heavier rains, and like that's really key for mushroom production is that the logs are super hydrated and that the air is moist and humid. So
Okay.
I choose the varieties that go with my rainy season
Yeah,
here.
makes
But
sense. Yeah.
if you're a market grower, small farmers market producer, you kind of want a steady supply. So you
Yeah.
could get the warm season ones for the summertime production as well. And just it's just that you're going to have to make sure that you maybe manually soak the log by putting
Right.
them in a soaking barrel or any kiddie pool, anything you've got,
I see.
and then uh, watering them and keeping them really moist for the first 10 days after soaking, and
Right.
that will give you a summer crop as well.
And what variety did you send me?
I think I sent you the cold strain. It might be the wide strain. So both of them would be great for fall and spring production.
Okay, that's good. I sort of like, I've tried different like I know perennial's the wrong word, but I remember in my garden I tried this perennial strawberry that would produce in the spring and the fall and all summer long. And yeah, it was nice to have them all that time. But
Yes.
actually, I kind of like just having this. I actually switched away from that. I like there being seasons of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually like the strawberries. The ones I have now are just June bears. So in late June, early July, for about 3 weeks, I got all the strawberry picking to do, and then it's over. Um, so
Exactly.
same thing on the mushrooms. I noticed like when they're producing, you got to check them every day. I mean, every single day. So I mean, which
That's
is not. It's
right.
it's nice, but you also want it to end. You know,
Yeah, that's
so
right. That's right. And that's also you can miss them because
yes,
so you've got to if you got to think like a mushroom, and if there's been a period of extensive rains, a week later you should be out there
it's
checking
gonna get
because
hot. Yeah, exactly. It's
yeah,
gonna heat.
because they're gonna grow, and then they're quite perishable, right? So they're
Oh,
gonna also disappear quickly if
well, I
you.
learned so much from just this first. I mean, the ones I planted from you last spring that produced this fall, right off that's the wine caps, and I was letting them get really big, but that was a mistake. They're all nasty when they're like that. You want to pick
Yes,
them when they're like tight and small and compact and dense. They're
yes,
much
exactly.
better in every way, actually.
Less
Um,
chance for the slugs to get in there and
Less
eat them,
slugs
or
and
the
just a
bugs.
better texture and a flavor. It's all concentrated and yeah, that was a learning curve, but now I know,
Yeah, it's
which
it's
means you
like
can't
like
dilly-dally. You got
the
to get out there.
it's like the button mushrooms in the grocery store. They're at a very young stage.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that was, and also yes, like you say, the everything eats them. So uh,
That's right.
all right, great. Well, we said we'd do a short video, and I think is there anything else we need to cover with these? Quarter-inch drill, uh, hardwood. Is there any type
Yeah.
of hardwood you wouldn't put them in
Um.
that you're aware of?
Uh. Actually, they say that fruit trees aren't the best.
Fruit
So, like, if you've
trees.
got an orchard that you've cut down a pear tree, it's supposedly not the best type of tree
Okay.
for mushroom growing.
Okay.
I haven't experimented with that.
I was going to ask you because you said it has to be new wood, newly, but how how new, like if I cut something down a month ago, would that be okay?
Yeah, a month is a good time frame.
Okay.
The longer you wait between cutting it down and inoculating, then the more chance for external spores from the air to land on it and other fungi to invade.
Yeah.
But a month is no, is a good time period.
Okay. Month's okay.
In
4 months, not so
the
good.
if you got stuff coming down in the winter time, there's not too much growing happening overall. So
Mm,
that's a
yeah.
different story. Like if you have a tree falling down just at the start of the winter,
Mm,
and then it's like the winter freeze,
yeah.
no problem to 4 months later once spring happens to inoculate that log.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
And
good
we've
to know.
got on our website, growmushroomscanada.ca, we've got a guide to growing mushrooms on logs. So there's a lot of information in there as well.
That's great. So, did you send that with Canada Post or with some other thing?
I think I sent it with the courier at
Okay.
this
Okay.
point. Yeah, yeah.
So, thanks.
Unfortunately,
No, that's
the
good. So, because Canada Post, they're, on strike, and uh, I think there's a bit of a backlog there. So
yeah,
I'll probably be getting that this week.
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah. It
assume.
should be it should be there. I'm surprised it's not already, but there
Okay.
is a backlog overall in the whole system because
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so my viewers, I will be filming. I won't film the felling of the tree. Maybe I will. People love watching trees come down. But um, I'll be filming the drilling out of the logs and setting this all up. I'll watch some of your videos to make sure I try to do it in a similar sort of way. But yeah, I'm going to film that, and then we'll just sort of monitor it over time. It's going to be
Yeah.
a very slow reveal.
And
It's going to be over a year.
you want to choose a healthy tree. You don't
Yeah.
want like something that's dead, decaying snag. That's full of other fungi already.
Something with
So
mushrooms growing out of it would be very bad.
yeah. But if it's there's lots of trees coming down all the time. You got there's a danger tree, or you've got someone's clearing for development. So it's really quite easy to access freshly cut trees, and it's
Yeah.
super amazing to be able to grow food from them.
Yes, absolutely. No, it's just a great way to use a tree instead of just lighting it on fire or chipping it up and throwing it away. Uh,
Absolutely.
yes. All right, Jessica. Well, thanks so much for doing this very sort of last minute touch and go sort of situation here, but
Yeah.
that's totally fine. I can't wait to try this out and see how it goes. And thanks for giving me some of your time. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. I'm looking
Okay.
forward to following your adventure.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Everybody, I hope you found this interesting and informative. Stay tuned for that video where I actually start planting mushrooms and trees. And until next time, get out there, get at it, have fun in your garden. Thanks for watching. Jessica, thanks so much.